I don't know where this is going, but I know who holds my hand. It's not the path I would have chosen, but I'll follow you till the end. Lord, as long as I am breathing, I will make your glory known, even if it means I'm walking on this desert road. On this desert road. Ina.
Hi girls, you out doing chicken stuff? Yeah? When are you guys gonna grow all your feathers back? They're still kind of weird looking. We should have some storms coming through. I had to show you guys where the sheep are today. It's a pretty cool spot. Uh-oh, just felt the raindrop. I knew it. As soon as I step out the door, it's going to start pouring on me. That clover that we planted. Starting to come up. This is one of the areas that we planted some. We planted some all through here and a little bit up on that hill, not back where the sheep are right now, but here's one of the trees we planted. A couple out there. Okay, well I better get moving before it starts pouring on here. Look at this field. More clover. Cool. There's clover everywhere. That mix had a few different kinds of clover, and then it had alfalfa and chicory. So that'll be interesting to see that stuff start coming up. All these different species of plant that most of them the sheep love to eat. This pepper vine I don't think they're interested in, but I think every other plant that I can see in here they like to eat. The lyre-leaf sage. Actually, I'm not sure on that one. There is tons of that up here. There's some clover growing in here. There's like 3 different kinds of clover. Tons of different species of grass to pick from. And of course the leaves on the trees, they love eating that stuff. You get them near a tree and they usually demolish all the leaves that they can reach first. First thing they eat. Yeah, that one right there should be ready pretty soon. Her belly definitely looks like it's dropped. Yep, you're ready, aren't you? Are you ready, Jojo? You're gonna have a baby? This is just a pretty cool spot today. There's Indian hemp. I didn't know if they'd eat that, but I can see they've been nibbling on it a little bit. There's tons of that Indian hemp. It's mostly goldenrod and ivy back along the edge here, though. But they've been having a lot of fun back here. And there's good shade. So now's a good time there, sheep. She's just getting huge. She sure looks different now. So much bigger, and she's gotten rid of all that winter hair. So we're out here today in a giant paddock compared to what we normally do. Since we're expecting lambs here pretty soon, we wanted to make sure that the ewes have plenty of space. They could pick a spot if they're ready to have their lamb. Betty here is definitely one of the first. You can see that her bag is filling up pretty well. I think you might have even seen a little bit of milk. So this would be a great spot for them. They got so much food in here. It's all goldenrod and ivy. And they can make their way back into these trees whenever they want along this swale here. So it's a huge paddock for them. So hopefully they'll be ready here before we move them again, and they'll do it in here. Hopefully not next to the water, but they got plenty of room, so I don't know why they picked that. They got tons of forage back here, tons of room to run around. Here's their shade mobile. Lots of shade back here for them. They're clearing out some ivy, but they got a huge selection to pick from. She's just demolishing the plantains. And this girl right here, man, her milk bag's starting to look like a cow. She's a little Holstein. She's gonna be a good mom. Got a coyote out there in the field. Oh no, wait, that's just our coyote hunter birdie. A little mini Aussie. This grass is coming in way better in most of these places that we've been through than I really could have hoped for this year. Just from rotating the sheep through and mowing and not taking hay away from all of this. We did take hay away from a big chunk, and you can really see a difference. What? You get startled by something? Man. Oh, she's got a fly biting her. It's like you want to lead the sheep right to these thick spots. Like, look at that right there. Dang, it's just crazy. And we didn't plant this up here. Makes me want to get some cattle to help keep this down, because these sheep just are not going to eat all this. They do a good job in a confined area, but man, they're not moving through this stuff as fast as I thought they would, which is cool. I don't have to worry about them running out of food, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess having that much grass out there is probably a good problem to have. I don't have to worry about them running out of food. I don't want to take the hay away. We did a big chunk of our field last year and pretty much just let them take it because we just didn't need a bunch of hay. We kept a few bales that the sheep would need, and we're just happy to have it hayed since it was so long. But then later on in the year, you kind of regret it. Especially last year, we had a really bad drought, and it just cooked everything for months at a time. We got almost no rain. So we have added a few more sections of sheep netting. We felt like maybe we would need a little bit of a bigger charger, so we went with a Premier. It's a little bit bigger and it should easily power up. Now we have 7 sections total, so we'll probably be using anywhere from 5 to 6 at a time. Her chore is letting these chickens out every day. One of her chores. So the sheep still have access to their little oasis back there. I was really hoping that the 3 that are really heavy bred right now would have dropped their lambs already, but not quite yet. We got to be patient. But I was hoping they'd do it back in the woods while they still had access to it. So I normally wouldn't do it, but I have extended their paddock and I've actually made them a new paddock but left access to the woods. And I figure with opening up new ground for them to eat, that they probably wouldn't eat much back there. So it's not normally what I do, but I just don't want to have to put them out on the open pasture at this point. Not the ones that are ready to have a baby any day now. I know probably a lot of people do, and it's probably okay, but I don't know. I just feel like they're not quite used to the heat yet. But that shade mobile that we made is working out pretty good. We added another U-bolt to anchor the seat, and that's keeping them from being able to just spin the board around and knock the bikes over. So we just added that today, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they're not able to push it around anymore. But it seems to be working well. They're under it. They had knocked it down before we did that, and they were running all over it, so they probably have done a lot of damage to it. We might end up having to get a little stronger plywood, but that was the plan already anyways. So she just came out of there when I walked over here, but she was under there. I think the next thing I'm going to do, the next version of this, I'm probably going to add like some bat wings to it that fold. Then you can just fold one section over when you're moving it, or 2 sections over, one on each side. Move them out of the way, roll it where you need it, and then pop it back out. How you doing there, bird? You got a stick? Are you having fun? Are you a pretty girl? Mm-hmm. Off she goes.